Back again. Little Creek Bee Ranch. Welcome. We're on the south end today. Do you hear that? Listen. It's really quiet. That's a good thing, man. Date and time, May 2nd, 2:15 p.m. 2025. Big rain front again this morning. Man, like everywhere I walk is a sponge. Always lessons. This is the Catchbox Nursery. Picking up blown stuff. I haven't been down here in 3 or 4 days, some more. So I always like to come down and get a feel for what's going on. What's going on? I'm gonna leave the camera there. Winds from the south, like 65, nice. And I brought my swarm commander down to rescent, but I kind of want to look first. Looking for swarms don't always come straight into the box. Most times, but not always. They'll hang up in the periphery and then think about it. Very picky they are. It's all right. Okay, so a whole lot has been going on, and I'll try to get you caught up. The weather, rain fronts, are like a storm for bees. I have scout bees on the far box. Are you looking? I don't know if I can. The far box. Several. Okay, check this out. Just thinking of these tips. Now I can't explain this one, but I've found this to be true. See the, I don't know what you call it, apiary is kind of long. And I don't necessarily like setting hives in a row. You get what they call drifting. Bees come back to the ends. Well, watch, there's another soft golden nugget. So they go right over your head. They come back to the ends. But they're not monogamous. That leaves the middle colonies grow weaker, lower population when you set them in a long line, and the ends get real robust. Okay, now, so it's called drifting. Called drifting. I'm so far away. Hold on. Drifting, and we don't want that. So we like to set them in pairs, but we're still kind of. Well, yeah. I have found that this spot over here, the far corner, swarms, swarms, swarms. Explain that. The outside edge. Just going to rescent this one. Bottom hole only. Outside ends. I'm watching this one. Yeah, a couple of squirts on the porch. I'm tuckered out from yesterday. Caught 2 or 3 swarms. We can't tell if we caught another queen over twice. Don't know. posting up the video today. It'd take a couple of days. It's 2.5 hour video, but you get to see some pretty cool stuff in a Ziploc bag. Swarm Commander in a Ziploc bag. Oof, lemon. Still smell like lemon, and you can even take your hands and wipe it. All right, so lessons. So you see the apiary. Now I could stack you in boxes, but I'm watching this one down here. Just saw a couple of scout bees. So let's go get a little closer. I'm not terrible worried. Okay, well, you're going to hear repetition. Repetition. Didn't he say this stuff in the other video? Yes. Didn't he say this last year? Yes. Think about it. Not just repetition is the mother of all learning. It's obvious. Bees do the same things over and over. Okay, now watch. We're going to slide around the tree. Slide around. Golly. Okay. Now, I'm going to. Oh, look. Yeah. Plane goes over. Get you set first. Yeah, you keep an eye on that. We're just going to watch this one. I'm standing here at the camera with you. I didn't resent that one. I'm just gonna see the problem we're having is the storm fronts are too frequent. What's that do? First, it washes out all the nectar, and it takes kind of a day for it to all recharge back up. But then if you have another storm front within 24, 48 hours, it washes it out again. So the bees want to build momentum. And they can't get momentum when we keep washing out nectar. Okay. 2, it causes lots of swarm action. They know there's going to be a lot of resource on the road. So you can't think, oh, well, this colony swarmed last year, so they won't want to swarm again. No, I hope. Not likely. Depends on the weather. I think more than anything, colonies are triggered to swarm by the weather. And then the traditionalists will say, oh, if you add on some boxes so they don't get crowded, it won't sort. That sounds good. No. I've seen colonies with lots of room. Nope, they're going to swarm. I'm walking around just kind of looking around the area for. So my experience tells me when we're wet like this, we're going to be filling up equipment, catch and set, and I'm right in the middle of this, and I am tired. It's a good kind of tired. You're doing good work. Man, I slept in. I'm normally up at 4:30 in the morning. I didn't get up till almost 7. That's late for me, man. Yeah, so I try to take a lemon and make lemonade, Well, let's get some equipment out. Well, that's a challenge too, because it takes time to prep it, get the frames together, and that's all right. Do the best you can. Fence lines for swarms. Uh-huh. Yeah, they like fence lines. Honeysuckle. Look at the tops of the honeysuckle bush. If you see any bees coming over the top, there's a swarm on the other side down low somewhere. So you look at the tops of the bushes, kind of down the line, down the line. And if you wanted to be a bee hunter, you go on a bee hike on the fence. You probably can't get me. Right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Now, what I can't tell is the swarms that I've caught, are they mine? Or are they from outside of my apiaries? Does it matter? No. Finders keepers. It's nice to know. You can now you can work yourself into a panicked tizzy if you're going to try to just stop all the swarming action in your apiaries. There's different ways of doing it, or at least slowing it down. I think there's something to be said for kind of let's kind of let them do their thing. But I might not make much honey. Well, it's a trade-off. Always a trade-off in beekeeping, man. I want healthy bees. Bees that are weak and sickly, they'll make you work really hard. Healthy bees, robust, healthy bees. North apiary, this is the south apiary that we're in. The north apiary is very busy. What time did we say it was? 2:30 right now. And when I passed by to walk down here, there was no swarms hanging. Well, that doesn't mean there won't be when I get back up there. I've got to work up some boxes anyway. I just hate to be on my heels. I was on my heels yesterday. It's going to be a good video. 2.5 hours. It'll take several days to get it posted. Daily double swarm catch. Look for that title. Daily double swarm catch. Usually it's one at a time. But it's the weather again, man. And we got storms again. So 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 here's the rhythm, and this, I don't get terrible worried knots. I used to. But you have to learn bee principles. You will hear me pound away on that. What bees do, what they're capable of doing. So they're splitting and swarming and running and diving and flying and swirling. And oh my gosh, it's swarm time. And it almost feels like, ooh, there's a scout bee come out of there. Ooh, just like that. She was checking it out. Nice, nice. Almost looks like everything. The apiary's gonna swarm and they're just all gonna leave and I'm gonna make nothing. No, it's not true. There's a point where it's different every year. A certain week, they begin to lock down. And in their minds, they go, okay, that's enough. This running and flying and swarming. Let's get to work and build. Remember, they're like a. I always think of like on Star Trek, the Borg. They're like of one mind. They're actually considered a whole organism as a whole, the colony as a whole. One mind, and they just decide, okay, we're all stopping this and going to work. So I remember this event here. Well, listen to this. I was helping my bee coach a long time ago check his colonies, and he was not using smoke on purpose. And I asked him why. What? And the bees were all Twitter there in the air. It was crazy. I want them to learn I'm coming in. And I want them to accept the fact the beekeeper is going to open up and look inside your house. Well, they were really excited and wound up. So he did light his smoker and hang it on the fence behind us. And he opened one colony and they were kind of itchy. And he said, oh, they need a box. And he had boxes on the ground behind him. And he turned around, he took a step away and turned around to get a box. And all those bees on top at one time, they hopped, and turned 180 degrees to face him as he went away, like they were trying to spook him off. They took a little hop and turned 180 degrees at one time. And I'm a brand new beaky. I saw that and boy, that startled me like, whoa, what was that? I said, Jesse, did you see that? He said, what? I said, they all jumped at you when you walked away. They turned 180 degrees. He said, no, they're bees. They're really smart. They don't want me messing with their house. All one mind. Jumped, turned 180 degrees at one time. Watch, here comes another golden nugget. Here comes a soft one. Too many people quit beekeeping too early. 2 or 3 years and they're out. Oh no, you're not even getting started until you're in your 5th year. I wouldn't even call yourself a beekeeper till you've got to your fifth. See, Scout Bee on the porch. Till your 5th year and you accept the fact this is kind of challenging here. This isn't so easy. Well, yeah, no kidding. Who told you that? They're lying to you. They quit too soon. They quit too soon. You've got to stick around long enough to see some of this stuff. Those of you follow all the videos and stuff, you've heard me tell the testimony about quibbling, pleading, or ripping a quilt. Okay, here comes the story again. This was long ago. Pulled up a frame to inspect the honey, and I hear a bunch of popping and clicking, like somebody pouring milk on Rice Krispies. Sound just like that. Snap, crackle, pop. Loud. It was unmistakable loud. I was holding a frame of honey with frame grips in my hand. I thought I was torquing the comb and popping the wax cap. No, 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 no. What is that sound? So I put it back. And I think the next summer it happened again. Snap, crackle, pop. It's kind of rare. It doesn't happen all the time. Like, whoa, what is that? Okay, this is the second time, and I'm by myself. Nobody's ever going to believe this. So I had to do some research. And I eventually found the answer in the British beekeeping community. They said that is called pleating, quibbling, or ripping a quilt. Pleating, quibbling, or ripping a quilt. What's it mean? Here it comes. Catch the golden nugget here. It means the box is full. Give us more room. True. And this happened a third time. The next time I knew what it meant when I heard it. I go back in my mind, and the first two times, yes, the top boxes were full, frame 1 to 10, all full. Need to get a box on. Pleating, quibbling, ripping a quilt. Snap, crackle, pop like Rice Krispies. Holy cow, man. Nobody's ever told me this stuff. That's why I teach the way I do. You need to hear some of it. You need to hear all this unique stuff. Yeah. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, you want to know what it means. They're very intelligent. They'll tell you, hey, box is full, dude. We need some space, man. We'll give them some space. Have a bee. The bee is checking me out, man. She smells swarm commander on me. Golly jeez. Huh. Lessons. Give you some lessons today. Here's another one. If you've been in beekeeping, 2 or 3 years, you've probably caught some swarms, particularly if you're scooping. You should be scooping your swarms gently, scooping them with a gloved hand. The bees appreciate the gentle action. And you might bump into a queen. Cool. Clipper, put her in a clip if you can. I like the stainless steel clips. Queen cages, queen clips. You need to keep a dozen when you buy them. Buy you a dozen. I put 4 or 5 on my jacket, a couple in my pockets. We continue to scoop the swarm, and there's another queen, and another queen, and another queen. What the heck? And then the traditional beekeeping community tells you there's only one queen per swarm. Barda, barda, berta, berta, berta. No. Many times I'll bump into multiple queens. What's up with that? How's that happen? The mother queen latched onto some wax because the girls see the scout bee on the porch. Yeah, we like that. The queen doesn't want to go to the dark or to the light. She doesn't want to go to the light. Queens like the dark. Bee principal, bee principal number 32. Oh, queens don't want to go to the light, so she'll latch on maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days. And the girls have a hard time getting her unhooked. Push your butt to the porch, old woman. In the meantime, the virgins are hatching. They're rolling around. They don't know what to do. So when they finally get the old woman loose and they hit the air, the virgins roll with them. They don't know. They just go with the group. So now you got Mother Queen in the air, plus maybe 3 or 4 or 5 virgins in a big old swarm cluster ball. And the beekeeper's scooping them up and going, look at all these queens. And I've caught as many as 12 and ran out of clips. Yeah. And you lay them on the box, and the bees that gather up on the one queen clip or cluster of bees, that tells you that's the mother queen. And you can try to take advantage of these virgin queens, but they have to be paired up with bees from the same colony. I've not had good success with a couple of frames of bees from another group. They'll kill her. They won't accept her. Maybe you can make it work. Okay, that can happen. That's pretty common. Here's another one. Here's another one that's not terribly common. So you house the swarm in the nuke box, and all of a sudden they back out. They're like, fast as they poured in, they're pouring out, hitting the air. Like, what the heck? This has happened a couple of times. And you're scooping and putting it in, and you're just trying so hard. You go, okay, this is not working. And there's a million bees in the air. Okay, time for me to go sit down and have a iced tea or something. I'll come back in 45 minutes and see what's happening. Then come back, and then there's two big groups hanging on a sign. They split and divided in the air, all chilled out. Okay, when you see a swarm all chilled out, there's a queen in there. They smell her. Oh, I smell her. Oh, she smells so good. And they're all peaceful and relaxed. But when they are in a cluster and they got two or three queens, they can either quickly attack some of the other queens and they will cuddle death them. They will cuddle up on them in a ball real tight and heat them up real quick. They can produce a lot of heat quick and kill them by heat, or they can sting them. And although their stingers are barbed, they won't pull their stinger out. They're able to successfully pull their stinger out of the old queen without it being ripped out of their body. Really odd. So if a swarm you're trying to put in the box keeps on fighting you and coming back out on you, they don't want you housing them up with multiple queens. They have to sort that out. So you let them sort that out. They'll hit the air and they'll probably divide in two different groups or more. Let them settle down. Don't push it. Go have lunch, something. Come back. Come back. It can be real frustrating and stressful, man. But my point to you is you have to read the bees. That's why I stress bee stuff so much. Not so much equipment stuff. Bee principles, bee action, bee flight. At the porch, at the porch, at the porch. Watch the porch. It will tell you what's going on inside. Bee attitude. Got the idea? Like I can look at my little dog Missy, miniature Aussie Shepherd, super smart, and she can just the way she walks and she walks up to me and kind of huffs and kind of curls and like, Dad, I gotta go pee. Take me outside. It's non-verbal, non-verbal, lots of non-verbal. Well, that's what bees are doing in the air. A lot of non-verbal. They're not any different than any other creature. They've got a communication process. Can be through pheromones, can be through vibrations, can be through body language. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, scouts are checking that one out, so I am not gonna. I am not gonna mess with that one. Maybe we'll pick up a swarm in that one. Gosh, rain fronts. I gotta go. Looking at the clouds over me. Check this out. I'll bring you back out. We're about 15 yards away. See the storm coming? Great. You hear the squish, 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 squish. It's gonna be forever before I can mow. Wow, it's gonna be thick too. Pretty out here. I like it out here. Really pretty. I keep following, man. Darn. You don't have no control. What control do you have? None. You have to kind of roll with it. Love it. My little grandson in one of the films yesterday, Sammy, he said, Popeye, why do you love bees so much? Oh, that was a profound question. He's like 4 or 5 years old. I was like, whoa, my dude, where did you think to ask that question away? From the mouths of babes, right? I don't have a specific answer there. Why do you love bees so much? There's a point to be made there. I don't know. What's your purpose in beekeeping? What did, what did Billy Crystal say in City Slickers? I found one. I have one of these. You've got to find your own. I found one. They're like, what? Your purpose. What's your purpose? Yeah, what's your purpose? Just to make money, build relationships, all kinds. There's all kinds of purposes. You just need one. All right, littlecreekbeeranch.com. If you're new to our channel, hey man, check us out. That's some cool stuff. We're sustainable beekeepers, and very contrary, we teach differently. Yeah, no pesticide use here. Uh-uh. No oxalic acid vaporing. Don't tell you it's natural. It's natural. So is snake venom, and I don't drink it. So is concentrated orange juice, but that'd burn me if I don't cut it with water. Right, right. Common sense. No APVAR, no MAC strips, no Gumaphos pads, none of that stuff. I learned from a 60-year beekeeper out of South Carolina, Ray Crocker. Gosh, he's passed on now. We don't poison our bees, young man. The only time we do anything with bees is with essential oils, and that'll clean them up. That's awesome. Oh, I could really get on it. Oh, I could get on my box, man. I'm feeling it. It's coming. I had somebody ask me one time, Kendall, out of all the stuff you teach, what's the most controversial? Boy, essential oils. I don't know why. People get their panties in a Twitter, man. You gotta be kidding me, man. I had another beekeeper call me. She's a new beekeeper. And she had been oxalic acid vaporing, burning oxalic crystals. You know, you can get oxalic crystals at Lowe's and Home Depot, box stores, I should say, box stores. And they are used to bleach wooden fences. You know, like the wooden fences around a backyard. They go kind of dark brown. You can get some oxalic crystals and put them in water or something. You spray it on and it will bleach them. It's caustic. And you can put a couple of grams of crystals in a hot pan and slide under your beehive and let the vapor go in. But you're supposed to use a respirator, you know, gloves, it's toxic. And she said, boy, it burned my skin and my hands and gosh, on my face. And I was coughing and I've got rash. I said, anything that requires a respirator in beekeeping, you should not be doing, period. No, it's not even debatable. I don't care if it kills every single mite. No, that's dumb. That we don't use common sense and wisdom in beekeeping. That's dumb. But they'll sell it to you. Oh yeah, here's your oxalic acid vaporing kit. We got kits. You can buy a kit. Don't sell that crap. Essential oil strategies on bees is not new. It's been around for decades, decades, decades. It's a learned skill. It's cheap, effective, and efficient. A learned skill. See, I was about to go. I was about to go back up the house. Learned skill. I came into beekeeping in 2005, 2006. I found Ray Crocker, and it took off, man. I read he had an article in Bee Culture magazine I want to say 2005 or 6. I can't remember. It was titled Essential Oils. I read it twice and didn't understand it, so I called him. I didn't know who he was. I wanted to talk to him. He hung up on me like, dang. I called right back. Young man, if you want to talk to me about bees, you got to say bees, bees, bees. Otherwise, you're a salesman. I'm gonna hang up on you. That was his code word. I'm not a salesman. I got bee questions. That's how I did it. Bees, bees, bees. He would just laugh. Okay. So I asked him about his article and right, man, I should have recorded that. You think I'm passionate? 60-year beekeeper. This industry's full of liars and cheaters, and they're going to lie to you right to your face that you got to use all this dangerous pesticide crap. Absolutely not. We don't poison our bees. We don't do that. We have various essential oil strategies that clean up the bees nicely, just fine. Why doesn't the industry do that? Because they can't make enough money doing that, selling that stuff. It's all about the money. Ooh, there's another bee. It's all about the money. Cheap, effective, efficient. So they're going to attack it, trash it, tear it down. So in one of my essential oil classes, I had two men stand up and shout and start arguing, screaming at each other over this issue. The old man in the front was a retired master greenskeeper director. Ooh, hey, there's more bees. I'm liking this. Ooh, we may stay here for a little bit. We may get to see a swarm come in. Yep, a master greenskeeper. And the other guy was a OU graduate doing a paper on neonicotinoid pesticides, his research paper. That's pretty cool too. Oh man, they were like fire and gasoline, man. There's only like 6 or 8 people in the class. I had to shout them down. Sit down. We're not acting that way. This is why we're teaching, man. Crazy, man. You're the beekeeper. You get to decide. Bees have mites and beetles, just like my dog has fleas and ticks. Well, I don't shake my dog in an alcohol wash to see the fleas fall off and count the fleas. Oh, but my dog's dead on the side of dead gummit. What? What are you doing shaking her in alcohol wash? See, we don't mind killing a cup of bees to count mites, but we limit the bee population. That doesn't compute in my mind. That dog don't hunt, man. That's stupid. When bees get really slow, they're loaded with mites. Slide a mite tray in, a greased mite tray. Wait 3 days. Pull it out. Count the mites. Divide by 3. That's your average mite fall per day. Anything over 10, I'm treating them with essential oil strategy. How hard was that? How hard was that? No respirator required. Ooh. Boy, I just want to get my deer hunting blind and a chair and sit down out here and just watch. Might get to see a swarm come in. That would be so cool. That's what I'm hoping to see, man. Yeah, you can go to Florida or California and take a 4-year apicultural degree program. Cool, man, cool. Dr. Ellis, Jamie Ellis at Florida State. Ooh, I looked into his program. OSU came out to check us out in October of 2016. Some PhDs came out. They wanted to hear what I had to say, so we showed them what we did. Apivox acoustic testing and essential oils. I thought they would jump on cutting edge bee technology. Apivox works. Nope, they wanted to hear about essential oils. They were enamored with the fact that essential oils works and how it worked. Oh my gosh. So my sweet little wife said, Kendall, they want you to teach a summer class. If you're going to teach for OSU, you got to do PowerPoint. I was like, God, oh God, I hate PowerPoint. I don't want to do PowerPoint. So I had to make myself learn to create PowerPoint presentations. That was cool. That's okay. I thought I'd go look at Jamie Ellis's, Dr. Ellis's program at Florida State. Let's see if I can glean something from his 4-year program. So I did, looked at the curriculum for the 4 years. Holy crap. I have a master's degree in aeronautical science from my past life. I was an engineer at Boeing, and a bachelor's of professional aeronautics and a master's in aeronautical science, and a maintenance officer out of the Kansas Air Guard. That was my past life. I'm not a stupid man. But that beekeeping program that he teaches, holy crap. Yep, that was intimidating, man. That's intense. Florida. But you got to be there at Florida. I don't know. What about the Midwest? I mean, maybe there's something else. There's a lack of knowledge. We're struggling in beekeeping. This spring, I've heard 1.6 million colonies already gone. Like they're shocked. Like, oh my God, it's bad. It's really bad, and they can't figure out what's going on. I have an idea. Think about it. Go to the big box stores. Go to the garden section. Look at all the bags, cans, sprayers. If it's crawling in the grass, we're going to kill it. Oh, and then we want to put more crap inside the box? No, no, no. I'm sorry. This is a hot topic. It really is a hot topic. This is the kind of stuff that I hear. And I get challenged. Do you have any scientific, empirical evidence of this? And I come right back at him and say, yeah, your hive, go test it. Why don't you take one of your colonies and use a simple strategy and go test it and see what falls on the bottom board in the tray. Be honest with yourself. There's your test. This is not hard. This is not hard. You're not ever going to kill every single mite in the colony. That's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. We just want to get the numbers down, the load down. Do you know AVVox Smart Monitor is an app on an Android phone that you can listen to the bees, and it will tell you what the bees are doing because the bees vibrate in a hertz scale from 50 hertz to 550 hertz. At 325 hertz, they're overloaded with mites. What? What did he say? Man, yeah, we can teach you some stuff. We can. 325 hertz. Stress load of the mites is way too high. Also, too, we'll pick up at about 350 hertz a high CO2 level in the wintertime. What? Yeah, yeah, man. See, traditional beekeeping is a hobble. It keeps you back. It holds you back. You're going to have to open your mind, knock down some paradigms. That's why we created the personal advisor program, 7 years ago, something like that. And it's done good. It weeds them out. Say what? What did he say? Yes, it will wash you out. And it's not me, man. I'm a fair teacher. I'm not trying to be hard or harsh. The demand of the bees can be withering. The demand of learning, trying, retrying, trying again, changing, shifting, learning, reading, the demand of the bees. And I've had several people come back to me crying. They were upset. I can't do everything that just Look, we have ebooks, we have Zoom classes, we have the YouTube channel, we have one-on-one phone appointments, we have conference calls, we have a newsletter. And people think, well, I have to do all of that. No. How do you learn? Everybody learns different. That's why we've created that system. Pick one. Pick multiple venues, different avenues of learning. That's why we do all that we do. And the smart people, the sharp people go, got it. And they I saw this in class, they create their own sustainable beekeeping manual. And I'm seeing all these big books on the desk. And okay, what's up with the books? They're all tabbed out or something. No, that's all the stuff that you've written and the newsletters and the recipes and strategies. Is too much to remember, which is true. There's a lot to remember. I said, "Ooh, that's pretty cool. Show me." So they had them tabbed out in sections. I said, "Okay, why are we doing that?" Well, I can write notes on it. I can highlight it, and I can come back to key areas real quick. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So I just capitalize on that and tell people come in the program. You better get a 3-ring binder about 3 inches thick. And when you get the newsletters, recipes, and ebooks and stuff, you're allowed to print the ebooks. You can't resell them and print it. And now you have a sustainable beekeeping manual because this is nothing but strategies, lots of strategies and principles. But you got to stay around longer than 3 years. 5 years and then we're beginning. 5 years and we begin. I'll teach you from day one, but if you stick around long enough, 5 years, okay. And I tell everybody the same thing. They must forget about what I say. Ooh, scout bees again. I'm liking it. See if I can get any closer. They get frustrated after 2 years and they, I can't continue to do this. I said, what did I tell you? I know, but okay, everybody's different. I'm liking this, man. I don't want to go away. Don't want to leave. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm trying to hide in the nook of a tree here so they can't see me. Love the people too. Don't think I'm criticizing and being down on people. My heart goes out to them. It could be financial budget, whatever. But we need more beekeepers. We need good beekeepers, smart beekeepers, people that are willing to be contrary. Yeah, yeah. Don't know, man. I'm glad I found Ray Crocker in the beginning. I got another scout bee on the box over here. Ooh. The scouts are out. They're liking the one you're looking at. I asked Mr. Crocker if he would come out to the Midwest and teach a couple of times. He laughed at me. He said, young man, I'm not going to travel west of the Mississippi. You can teach all those people out there. I'll teach these people here. I said, wow, do you go to a bee club? He said, yes, I go to the Spartanburg Bee Club. I said, ooh, do they let you talk and teach? He laughed. He said, I sit in the back and go to sleep. I was like, what? Are you serious? He goes, yeah, they don't want to hear from an old man. I said, I was shocked. Like some 60-year beekeeper in your midst. They'll be sucking out every brain cell and get fine. Oh my gosh, man. But isn't that our society? We don't value those elderly people with wise ideas. Well, I gotta find my own. I'll do it my way. Okay. Are you getting anything here? I gotta go. I don't want to go. As soon as I go, there's gonna be a swarm coming in here. Oh my god. All right. LittleCreekBeeRanch.com, personal advisor program. You'll see it towards the top of the list of pages. Ooh, $29.95 a month. There's a list of things that you get there in the program. I'm not going to cover it here. You can go read it. If you got questions, you can contact us. I do answer questions on YouTube. I review them every morning. Or you can text us, call us. Contact information is at the bottom of the face page of the website. LittleCreekBeeRanch.com. Another page popular is Our Uniqueness. Another one yet, Acoustic Beekeeping. Sister page to that one's Making the Connection. Ooh, there's some homework assignments for you. Yep. All right. I gotta go. There's probably a swarm waiting on me. Have an awesome day. Later.